In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 more tips for ground war. Even if you consider yourself an absolute beast at ground war, you still might learn something new in this video, so make sure you stick around for all 5 tips. First tip is to have the spotter perk on a few of your classes. The spotter perk lets you see enemy vehicles and equipment through walls, which is especially helpful if you play aggressively or like to sneak up on those annoying campers that always put those claymores by doorways. I like to use it to track enemy tanks through walls, which helps me get rid of them as fast as possible because hey, I can see them coming. You can also tag an enemy equipment or vehicles for your team by simply aiming at it, which is helpful if you have a team that is communicating really well. Tip number 2 is how to disable tanks as fast as possible. You will need a class with the shrapnel perk, thermite grenades and a launcher equipped. The gameplay in the background is not destroying a tank in ground war, but destroying the actual tank score streak in multiplayer. But hey, don't worry, I assure you both have pretty much the same amount of health. As you can see, the 2 thermite grenades and a launcher shot easily disable the tank while it's at full health. The funny thing about that is, most of the time when you encounter a tank in ground war, it's normally taking a little bit of damage before you run into it. So sometimes 2 thermite grenades is normally enough to disable the tank or hell even destroy it. I find it best to have at least one class equipped with a shrapnel perk just in case you end up facing a vehicle loving, a vehicle abusing enemy team. Before we get into the third tip, if you are enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to let me know by dropping a like and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you have any ground war tips of your own that you want to share with other viewers, make sure to drop them in the comment section down below. The third tip is for all my sniper friends out there. You seriously gotta stop constantly pre-aiming your sniper. Everyone can see your scope glint. It seriously gives away your position and probably counts for the majority of your deaths. Only ADS when necessary. Fourth tip is to use helicopters wisely. At the start of a match, grab a helicopter and make sure it's full of teammates before you take off, but hey, don't wait too long. Then head directly to a distant flag, preferably flag C or D. Some of your teammates will actually stay and capture the first flag like usual. While you are capturing C, your teammates would have already captured the first flag, and then have started to head to the next flag, and before you know it, the match has just started, and you have already captured 3 flags. Helicopters are also great at helping your team come back from a one-sided match. Instead of continuously dying at the nearest flag to your home spawn, grab a helicopter and head deep into enemy territory, and try to capture one of the enemy flags that are closer to their spawn. This is a win-win situation for you and your team, because if you manage to capture that flag, you can now spawn deeper into enemy territory and capture them off guard. And if you fail, you have still lured some enemies away from their front flags, which gives your team better odds and better chances at capturing them. Fifth tip is how to get more rockets for your secondary rocket launcher. Say you have just fired all your rockets from the top of the building, you're at 0 and you want more. You can head to the nearest ammo box and refill your ammo. But as you all know, that only gives you 1 rocket, which just is not enough. If you want more, simply change to your primary weapon and shoot 1 bullet. Now refill your ammo again. You will now have full ammunition for your primary weapon and 2 rockets for your secondary rocket launcher. You can actually do this trick 1 extra time to have a maximum of 3 rockets in your secondary launcher. I always like to have rockets in my reserves just in case I run into a room full of enemies, a rooftop full of enemies, or even an enemy vehicle. So every time I fire mine off, I always fill them back up as long as there is an ammo box nearby. I don't make a special trip or anything because that normally ends in me dying. And those are my 5 ground war tips in this video. If you guys want to see 5 more ground war tips, check the description below to my first ground war tips and tricks video. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more from me, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel for future ground war videos. I'm out guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.